go to Fun these days. Now go. Okay, visual. Yo, what's good? What's good? It is Miss Dia, the poetry pusher. And Britt Nicole.
Your boy Hayes.
And you are now locked in with the Push Podcast, your plug for all things poetry. What's good, y'all?
What's
happening?
good?
It's raining like a mug outside.
It is.
It is. It is. How was y'all week?
It was a 6. That's
Uh,
okay.
You gave it a rating?
Yeah, let's rate
like
it.
a 6.5 out of 10.
Yeah, let's make that stick. What's your rating?
My rating for this week would be, I give it a 7.
Okay, seven's good.
Yeah, it's been smooth.
I'm five right in the middle. You know,
Yeah, it was either way. I could have either lost my shit this week or I could just been total avoidance.
I feel like that most days, but it's been sweet.
Yeah, a 5 is actually pretty good.
Look, this is 0.5, and I gave it a 0.5 extra because of that random guy we saw. Like he was just random white guy just walking,
In his
like
own world.
like not a care in the world. He's like waving to folks, and I'm just like, you know what?
He's the main character for it.
Happened to your joy. Because look at this man. Can I just be as happy as this white man walking down the street right now?
He was making core memories.
Right, like he had a whole like this is the way he was walking.
Oh, he
like,
practiced
he
that
was
at home.
floating.
That was his
He
routine.
was
Yes.
floating. He was floating.
He waved at somebody and just brought it up.
He didn't wave to us, but he waved to somebody, and I was just like, I want to do that too.
Maybe he thought he was Pinocchio. You know how he was being controlled by the. Ain't that how he? I just that was the visual what y'all was saying. That's,
Not
or the tax time people.
Oh. Oh, yes. Speaking of which, I hope that you guys filed or got an extension
Come on, taxes.
because the IRS, they do not play.
Let's talk about it.
I don't even know if there's a poem about the IRS, but there should be. There should be, because them people.
Hey, but my mama retired from them. I said, "See, I knew not to play with you before you even."
How do you retire from the IRS?
She worked there. Yeah.
Oh, I thought she
Oh,
was
let
like,
me-
she just said, "Oh, I'm fucking done doing taxes." Like I'm done. I said, yeah, I didn't know that's a you can get to that.
No, my mama was a tax compliance officer and she retired from the IRS. Look, we're gonna talk about that lady on the show, but let me tell you that she was telling me some of the like stuff she did before she became this little sweet lady that we know.
Yeah.
Yeah, certified badass. I
Ooh.
gotta make sure I got clearance to even say what she, you know.
Uh-oh.
Oh, it was all good though, you know. Yeah, it was just some shit. I was like, prove it. You lie.
Okay. Can I get a witness?
Yeah,
Was
yeah.
somebody there?
Yeah, right. Somebody seen that.
You joshing around. You playing
Not joshing around.
joshing around.
All right, so let's jump into this here poetry thing, y'all.
Yes.
So I gotta, as we get this ball rolling and more we'll have some more participation. But for right now, all eyes on y'all. Well, we're gonna all answer these questions, but I have came up with a few things that I think would be fun to hear about.
Okay.
So I don't even know. We're gonna decide what to call this. I don't know what to call this part of the show, but it's definitely gonna be part of the show because I had too much fun with this here.
All
Okay. Is y'all ready?
I don't know.
Been ready. Let's go.
Okay.
Let's go.
Check it out. And what's a line you wrote that scared you, but you knew it needed to be said?
Ooh, I got it.
Okay,
I got it.
let's hear it.
It's from the Queen's poem. When I got to talk about
Now elaborate for those who don't know. What's the Queen's poem?
So the Queen's poem is a poem that talks about the transitions about a relationship, you know, like it's always like this love queen, stuff like that. So just like how it starts with from queens to bitches, bitches to
Yeah.
strangers, and from strangers to nothing, and just seeing how that kind of negative decline can be, you know, and then just kind of rebuilding yourself back up. Like you
Yeah.
giving yourself so much, you giving so much of yourself, as well as reducing your light and your magic for the ego of another, just for them to be ungrateful and treat you like it was nothing. So the line was, so I heightened my intuition, peeping the sequence of events that fueled your disposition, causing our division. When that came too easy, you stripped me of my crown, handed me a collar, demanded I get on all fours in position, made it your mission to only hit me doggy style because missionary was far from your belief system. So that I had it was that particular at the end line, but I had to get through it. But yeah, so yeah, that was tough. I wrote that. I'm like, yikes, but it had to be like,
Yeah.
You don't just call me that, but you like really
So-
listen to that.
So what scared you? Like the like the revelation of it all. Just kind of, you know, I know as poets, once we put things in form,
Yeah.
it's like reliving. Sometimes when you say it out loud, it make it even more real. Because I think, like, do y'all sometimes take your situations and kind of rewrite them a little bit
Definitely.
Absolutely.
all the time, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. What about you, Hayes? What's a line you wrote that scares you, but you knew you needed to be said? You knew it needed to be said.
Well, I got one of my many unfinished pieces, and the reason why it's unfinished is because I don't want to take it to where it needs to go, and I keep hitting this brick wall emotionally with it. So I'll give you the beginning of how it starts.
Mhm.
18th, sitting in the attic, killer instincts. Back before we ever had it in sync. Hard to tell who for and who against me. It's like waking up at night because you can't breathe. It's like front row seats fighting family. It's like very few folks understand me. 2 a.m. while we gotta go to granny's. So numb, how you go from mama's only son, daddy's other one, just another one, never troublesome. Hide the trauma well till it's show and tell. Then we give them hell. Dodge a sale, but survival of the fittest never mean they fitting well. I've been on my digits trying to make them fill in what's been left. How you know the proper way, but never take the proper steps. Why you asking all these questions about the lesson that you felt? Why the fuck you keep doing this to yourself?
Mm.
And I stopped there because I know I need to go in deeper.
Yeah.
And in my heart, I go back to that place as a kid and going through some of the things that I went through, and I'm not ready to deal with it yet. I'll just be honest. And I don't know how to deal with it on a page. And I don't want to try to fluff it up and make it sound good. And like, I really just want to say what needs to be said.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we both of those poems. I'm gonna need you to go ahead and let's get that one
I'm
going.
working.
But I'm familiar with the poem that you did, right? And they're both, you know, very descriptive to significant times in both of y'all life that it's like a core memory now, whether we like it or not, right?
Yeah.
And sometimes our poems, they solidify those core memories, cement them almost. So what do you do with poems like that? Like this is not one of the questions on here, but when we have those poems, we have a conscious decision to write to make ourselves feel better. And I guess that's always the main objective, right? But how do you decide what poem like that makes it to an audience? Now, when I say make it to a stage, sometimes that changes the feel of what you're doing, because like you said, sometimes we fluff things up to make it stage ready.
Yeah.
Versus heartfelt, or we've all done workshops and stuff like that where poems like that are most effective. But guarantee those are the poems where somebody's in the crowd would be able to resonate with it, right?
Yeah.
So how do you guys, in either order y'all want to answer it, how do you determine if it's like, yeah, this hurt, but this need to be heard without it feeling like you're exposing something private or something too much?
I think it just gets to a point where you make that decision and you kind of go through your whole process. Like I let things marinate for a while.
Yeah.
I might sit on a certain piece for a year or two before I actually finish writing it.
Mm.
And a lot of times it'll be like this click that comes to me middle of the night, you know, poets.
Yeah.
We get them feelings.
Can't sleep.
We start writing 3 a.m. in the morning, and all of a sudden, okay, I gotta finish this piece now.
Yeah.
I got what it needs.
Yeah.
And once you get to that point, you start to kind of, you know, close those chapters out in these books that we writing. Then you know it's time to start taking it to a stage if you choose to do so.
Yeah.
So that particular piece, there's so many pieces that I've written that I can deliver it and not have the emotion attached to it.
Mhm.
Because the whole of the piece is not really my life. There's like aspects of it, but something we've talked about before is like relatable content.
Yeah.
So
that's like the mixed media of poetry.
yeah. So
Yeah.
like when I premiered it, we were at Poetry Unplugged. And so,
Mhm.
you know, people in there, you know, if anyone in the whole space knows about relationships
Yeah.
and failed relationships and toxic or negative, you know what I'm saying? And just rebuilding yourself up.
Mhm.
If there's a poem I have like of my mother
Yeah.
so there's one that I never finished that I was writing about her or about like my feelings. And so grief is different.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess you grieve these relationships too. You grieve these things, but it's a different feel with relationships because you know shit comes and goes and you
Yeah.
grow from it.
Yeah.
So I need to get to that place because I know that whenever I share, that helps someone else in their healing, and in turn, it helps me too.
Absolutely.
So, like, okay, you heard this. This could be your reality.
Yeah.
Don't let them take you there. Or it's okay to do a poem and you still got tears in your eyes. It's okay to actually still be connected to your pieces.
Yeah.
As long as you remember that you're a messenger and you don't want people to miss the message. So if I'm trembling too much, I need to pause myself.
Mhm.
If, you know, I don't want to speed it up and go so fast, I have to get this thing out, but I want y'all to catch the message because the thing I go too fast on might be the one thing that saves your life.
Mm.
So it's not about like if I'm attached to it emotionally or not or can deliver. I need to remember that I am a messenger. And so what I'm giving is just simply a message. It could be my own. It could be someone else's story. You know, sometimes we don't even write from our own life. We're writing from somebody else's life or whatever.
Yeah.
So yeah, like I can deliver that poem without the emotional attachment to it. But then it also just shows me like, yeah, you overcame that shit. Like that was a real thing that happened to you. That's fine. I ain't embarrassed by it. People that had, you know what I'm saying? Like no loss on my part. And then also with the delivery, I could do it a cappella. Now I have an album with it, with the track. And then when I have my show, which the year is coming up on Sunday,
Hey.
you know, we did the Moonlit Sonata behind it.
Mm.
But that's also the same song that they used for, I think it was the Young and Restless or one of those drama shows or something. So it makes it more dramatic, right? Because it's still art.
Yeah.
That shit painful, but it's still art. So
Yeah.
somebody needs to
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm a overshare. So
look, okay.
so sometimes I'll get up there and I'll spit, and depending on, you know, sometimes I'll be like, damn, maybe I should have left that at home, you know. But I mean, but it's never from a place of embarrassment. It's just like, I don't know. I really don't be
You
giving.
read the room though, because even when we did the domestic violence,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So it's not like you do these particular pieces everywhere.
Well, I actually wrote that piece. I wrote that piece and fine-tuned it specifically for that conference because I be trying to bring new shit. They be like, okay, but that's cool, but could you make sure you do that one poem?
Stick
So
to the hits.
shout out to the community office of wellness, you know, office of community. I keep saying it backwards,
Y'all
but
know who y'all are.
yeah, but you know, shout out to them.
Hold on,
for
dear.
real.
What's your line? What's your piece?
I mean, I got so many. I think one that I, if I had to narrow it down, I think the one that really hit for me, that I had to learn to love from that's a bar. You know, I had to jump in it from that aspect to keep the tempo of the poem, because if I go into the moment, you just never know what it's gonna do to you. You know what I'm saying? And my voice still shakes sometimes when I do it, but I just be trying to turn it into some theatrical shit because I don't be, I'm a thug. But no, my line would probably be, and it's really one of them lines that just sum up the whole poem when I say that I thought he put that ring around my finger, but he chose my left eye. Yeah.
Okay, that's crazy. Get out my head because it was that or the crossing the T. Like
Yeah,
it
I was only crossing my T's with my
Ooh.
first love. Yeah.
So before you even started speaking, I said, "Oh my God, it's those two
yeah.
that make that ring something in me." And I've never.
Yeah.
But when you,
It's the way you hit that.
it's the way
too.
you.
You.
Because I see things. See, I don't go back to those moments. I just go back like it's how when you watching a movie and they go real fast through like they pass and you see it in fast forward.
Mhm.
And sometimes like to either get in mode, like I went into a whole nother trance. Matter of fact, I'm gonna have to bring that clip next time because I went into a trance when I went into Ajamu's slam. And I won with that because I totally checked out. And I'll never forget how it switched for me because I went from feeling like, you know what I'm saying? Because that was the culture of it all.
Yeah.
Without going too far into that whole topic, that was the culture of it all. And one time somebody had came to PU and they heard, that's how old the damn poem is, but they heard me do that poem. And he was just like, look at her. I didn't even know you had that in you. Because back then it looked like you could take a hit. What? That's what made y'all feel better about not doing shit? All right.
Really?
Because y'all should have kicked dude ass. But that's a whole nother show, a whole nother life.
I feel like I used that poem when I used one of your poems when I had my interview for the finalists for the Poet Laureate.
Yes.
I feel like I chose that one, but it's either that one or a different one. But
that's a
like,
highlight for me.
No, for real. So
yeah, that made me feel special. She called me. She said, "Dear, this
something I'm really, really good at. Just a quick little pivot. It's like even if I'm at a show and let's say it's something that you really wanted to hear, and I know the person's gonna perform it.
Yeah,
I will sit up here and record, and I'm gonna inbox it to you. I did that for. When I went to see Stevie Wonder, my sister lives in Dallas and she just wanted to hear As. And so I recorded. I said, here you go, sister. When I saw Anderson .Paak in October, Tiffany she had that one song she wanted to hear. Here you go. So it's like, I can do that. I'm not going live on Facebook. I bought my ticket. Buy your fucking ticket. But you know what I'm saying? Ticket. But for others, depending on who you are, I could record a little bit for you. You know what I'm saying? Like, I like doing that for people. So thank you.
All right. I got another one for y'all. Do you write for the stage, the page, or survival? Pick one and then tell me why.
Yes.
And one reason why.
I write for survival.
See what I did there? Yes.
Yes.
I'll say
said survival?
Survival. Honestly, the
That's
stage.
Did he say that?
Yeah, he did. No, he did. He said
The
survival.
stage is the last thing on my mind. I'm writing for survival and the page.
Yeah.
Like in a perfect world, I'll probably keep all my shit to myself, but some of it is it's on my mind so heavy when I go to sets and I try not to put my name on the list. I feel guilty afterwards. So, cause I gotta get it out there. I gotta
I
sharpen
be
that
smug as
skill.
motherfucker. Like,
But the majority of my writing is just me either getting through something or trying to get through something or trying to get somebody else through something. It's all based in survival.
okay. What about you, Britt?
It's the same. Fuck the stage. I mean, this is the stage, right? The stage. So I equate the stage to the church.
Mm.
And we are the church, right? So like we could have fellowship right here. You go into a building, but we're fellowshipping, we're whatever. So, so I imagine the stage would be just wherever we, are sharing. So I do write. I feel like I write for the page versus always for survival.
Okay.
I'm writing because I need to write. It doesn't mean that majority of what I'm writing to me is like trash. Like I probably will never do something with them, but something's going to come from it. A line may not be used until maybe 6 months from now or something. Like it'll
Mhm.
make like something will connect the dots and make sense. And I'm an empath, so I feel like low key is always survival because it's always emotional for me.
Yeah.
Just to like, so it's not like a physical pain, but it always like some sort of emotional output that requires of me. So not necessarily survival, but vulnerability. So for the page, so I'm not surviving, but it's just causing me to have to be a little bit more vulnerable. Yeah, and get it out. Fuck the stage.
Well, I started writing for the stage. And not the stage as in the attention on the stage, but the intention of being on the stage. Because I had not got into my authorship yet. And the like the schools and the workshop work, it was far in between for me to like. Sometimes I get called into coming to these group settings and be like, damn, I ain't got nothing for the group because I've been writing for the stage and this requires a different type of writing.
Yeah.
So I started out writing for the stage. Absolutely. I mean, that was the culture. You know what I'm saying? Like that was where I was heard the most on stage. So I had to write for the stage. But then it turned into the page. And it was really once I started writing my books and starting wanting to bring back my signature used to be reading from paper. And then it was weird because when I came, wasn't nobody reading from paper. But the consensus was everybody was doing the same poems over and over. And now I understand that though. You know what I'm saying? But at the time, that's just what it was.
That's why they stick to the hits.
Yeah, stick to the hits. Like, listen, Kwa said one time, he said, well, when you go to your favorite artist concert, and I know you can feel this, you want to sing the shit, you want to sing your favorites, you want to sing the songs that take you back to a where you heard it first and all that other stuff. So I get that. And you said something last week about like shit, like how I just said my line and you was able to say it with me. Had you not heard that poem like a million trillion times, you know what I'm saying? But the punch in though, see, it's one thing to hear the words leading up to the line, like a song. But the punch in right from where I say it at, you could say it at with me. That's muscle memory right there.
But then on top of that, like it's something I'll never get tired. Like I don't get tired of your words.
Yeah,
right.
That's what's up.
So like I will listen. Even you don't have to punch it for me. So you could just
let me tell you.
You could just read it like you could do like a librarian voice, and I'm still gonna be just no. But that's how you command a stage. Everybody thinks it's different, right? Some people need the theatrics. Now I talk with my hands, so I try not to get because I could like. It could be
that's why I started walking through the crowd. That was my way.
You and Mario,
yeah. He taught me that. You know what I'm saying? He taught me that,
okay.
and it was like if they not gonna respect the mic, then fuck that mic. You gonna respect me?
Facts.
You know what I'm saying?
That's real.
So I used to when I first started doing it, I would walk off the stage and start spitting next to the motherfuckers that was talking. You know what I'm saying? So, and I couldn't learn that at PU because it was just too crowded. There wasn't no coming off the stage. You damn near got people sitting on the stage and you stuck.
We had to do all three of us was together. No, I called you. That's when we were doing the auditions. Remember?
Oh yeah.
And it was a really awkward moment for me. Meaning like just because of who came into the room.
Yeah.
And that's why I had to step out and call him. And then Quad came out and got me saying, B, we tried to go like you're gonna have to give me moments. So I had to
when you come back, we talking about that because
so the thing is, so when I got on the stage, because I told him I said I'm so blank right now.
Yeah.
So the only poem I can do when I don't think is my C poem.
Yeah.
But because everybody who had went before me, the theatrics,
that's a dope poem.
And thank you. And so I was just me in the microphone. But he was like, "This is how you command a stage. You don't have to do all the things that you think you have to do.
Yeah.
I want you to hear these words.
Yeah.
You guys have no idea what the last 30 minutes has been for me in my head, but I got a message to get out.
Yeah.
And I'm honoring the fact that I need to audition just like everybody else. I don't think that I'm above anyone else, but I'm going to show you that there's another way to get your voice heard and your message across. And it's okay to use whatever vice you need that's going to help you get the message out as long as it doesn't hinder you. So so it was, we do that. We have to. You have to find a groove that works for you. There's no particular,
That's that-
you're this
that's what it
person,
is.
you're this artist, you're this poet. You have to find a groove that truly works for you. Yeah.
All right, let's lighten this up.
What you got?
Got some creatives. Check this out. If your poetry had a scent, sound, or color, what would it be?
Or color.
Yeah. So I purposely did not think about none of these questions because I wanted to be able to kind of just vibe with y'all instead of being ready.
Yeah.
But this is one of those where I'm gonna go first
Okay.
because I've thought about this before, which is how we made the list on my questions. If it had a scent, it would definitely be lavender, right? And I say lavender because lavender is what? It's supposed to help with headaches. Sometimes the aromatherapy of it all helps with like stress and it helps with nausea, right? So I like to think that some of the pieces that I write intentionally, that's kind of what I have in mind for it to do for people, right? Sound, I would say that it's definitely somewhere between a bass guitar
Mhm.
and a violin. Some days it's a violin, and some days it's a bass guitar. And those bass guitars is when I hop off the stage and I go off the mic. The violin is when it's like, I'm not finna yell, I'm finna talk just like this, and then we're gonna be able to hear a rat piss in this motherfucker, you know. So yeah, I'm definitely
Thanks for the
violin.
visual.
And my color forever for everything will always be green. You know it. Mean green, almighty dollar. So yeah, color. My poetry definitely has color, preferably the color green.
Green for the money, gold for the honey.
You know it.
Um,
Ain't no way. Ain't nobody not. There's nobody from Milwaukee that don't at least think about that. Ain't no way you been from Milwaukee. You live in Milwaukee, and you don't say green for the money, gold for the honey, even if it's in your head, because this is just Pimp City for sure.
can I answer all three?
Absolutely, I did.
Okay.
Look,
Because I definitely thought about it.
yes,
The scent would be mahogany teak wood because it smells like black love or like a nigga with a good job and benefits that just be frequently coming through my house sometimes.
I'm done with you. Thank you. Good night.
Thank you. Good night. Manifest. The sound is an electric guitar,
Mm.
or I hear my sister be free with her flute. I can always hear
Yes.
I can always hear her flute behind me, and it's just like mood.
She's
It's
a
like,
bona fide
it
badass on
literally
that
is
flute.
like movie music to me.
Yeah.
And then the color is always gonna be like teal or turquoise because of that's my like I feel like it's also my mood.
Yeah.
Just
Teal can
kinda-
always go both ways too with mood.
yeah. So like right. So like in
We need to look that up. What is teal on the mood ring?
ooh
Because I know teal is on the mood
goes to
ring.
Google teal.
Goes to Google.
I got this.
You got jingles in my head that were never jingles. It's just because you sing.
Good. True story, people. I've always wanted to drop out of college. I'm not even in college anymore, but I wanted to drop out of college and write jingles. I really wanted to be like Jamie Foxx.
Yes.
Yes, like I really be writing shit. Teal on a mood ring is often interpreted as indicating a calm, relaxed, and potentially happy mood.
I think that was befitting.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, even on my worst days, it's still like some joy lingering. So, you know.
You got a little teal on you. Ain't
Oh,
that
yeah, this
teal?
is my Saved by the Bell jacket.
I was gonna say, come on, Lock Ruleries, let's go. Okay, I was a Saved by the Bell kid. You hear me? It bridged generations. Let me tell you, it did. What about you? What about you?
Sheesh.
Because we're gonna be talking sister, Moesha, all of that.
Please.
Thea, come on. What? Okay.
Tone, you need to talk about this on your show tomorrow and about TV shows.
Mr. Cooper. Okay.
So I guess my color would have to be blue. That's my favorite color. I think
What
my
kind of blue?
sound navy.
Okay.
I like all blues, but I love navy.
That's the way you said it. Like, I believe you.
My my sound and my smell will probably be the same, and that'll be like a campfire. You get that outside scent. You got fire going on, and that like spontaneous crackle of the fire.
The snap, crackle,
Yeah.
crackle in the pot.
Yeah.
After rain as well too. I love the sound of the vehicles going along, like hearing it after rain and like the scent afterwards.
Let me tell you, I live in these buildings that don't believe it's soundproof windows. Why the fuck they don't? I live downtown. It's crazy, right? And this morning, it sounded like I was in the shower. Like I woke up scrambling because I thought my son had committed we play jokes on each other. That's the backstory. I thought he had actually picked me up and put me in a damn shower. So I jump up. That my nervous system had a rough start to the day. And then I tried to go back to sleep, and it just sounded like we should be running for cover. Like it was just
That thunder was a little disrespectful. I was in my bed like, oh.
Definitely was.
oh my
Oh.
God.
I said, I know everybody felt it. Let me go the fuck back to sleep.
Let me see. Oh, here's a good
I
one.
love these questions.
Here's a good one where we can. This is our ability to highlight some people in the community real quick. Who would you put on a slam team? Pick 4 people. And they don't necessarily have to be a slam poet. You don't have to know them to ever have even competed in a slam, but just based off of just, like it could be somebody from the old scene,
Dina Dean,
the new scene.
Danny B.
Oh,
Yeah, I feel like it's all D's. You, Dina Dean, Danny B, and you know who's really good? Akatunde.
hell yeah.
Yeah. Like honorable mention
His-
would be like Aji, because
his-
I've seen him attack like like slams. He going for the money, but
Yeah.
he's an honorable mention. Like if I had a starting 4, it would be them. But if I had a starting 5, Aji probably the last one.
That's gonna take me a minute.
That's gonna take me a minute.
Yeah.
Let me see. Who would I put on the damn slam team? I would put K Love. Shout out to K Love, Chicago. Chi-Town. I would put, so I'm gonna do 2 Chicago, 2 Milwaukee. I would put K Love and oh shit. Okay, K Love and Geronimo. Definitely.
Okay.
I would definitely put K Love and Geronimo. And then here I would put James
Ooh, yes.
and Brooklyn.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I like that.
Yeah.
I like that.
I mean, it's a lot of female energy I could throw in there.
I love James.
But the way that they would be like, now we thinking slam team though, like a group where they would go individual group pieces and stuff.
Yeah.
They would fucking murder something. Oh
Yeah.
my God. That collab would be like, I'm gonna forward this to them just to be like, consider it, fellas. Even if you just come on to our show and do the shit, like just do
that
some
would be
shit.
so lit.
Yeah.
That'd
Yeah.
be so lit.
Shout out to our next team meeting because I got a lot of ideas now. That just, yeah.
There she goes. There she goes.
Come on, Hayes, give it to us.
I'm gonna have to take it back.
Mm-hmm.
I got to take my very poetic godmother Dasha.
Oh yeah.
Oh, damn.
Yeah.
Duh.
She's gonna murder something every time.
Every time.
Every
I'm
time.
She's the
throw,
blueprint.
I'm gonna throw Autumn Blaze in there.
Exasperating cycle.
Let's see.
That's still my shit.
These names.
I got one, but I ain't gonna tell you it. You say yo because I forgot somebody that yes, fucking hell yes.
I'm looking at you trying to tap it.
Well, he said Blaze.
I'm taking it back. Oh, I'm taking it.
Okay.
Trying to remember. Shit. Who we got? Fuck Mario.
Absolutely.
I was waiting for Mario's name to come up.
Of
Absolutely.
course.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna round that out with.
Just throw yourself in
No, I ain't throwing myself. Nigel Wade.
That's my
Nigel
motherfucker. That's who
Wade.
I
Let's
was
go.
finna say. Nigel is a different.
First of
He's
all,
a
the blue
different.
team.
Oh my god.
So him,
He's dope. He's so different.
Bobby, and
Hey, Bobby.
I could see the third person. I could see his face.
See, I wasn't around for the team.
Yeah, so I've seen them in action because when we first started doing Broken Genius, all three of them were a part of it. And then, Remy, that's his name. But then Remy ended up not being part of it before we actually like performed. But yeah, so like kind of seeing them individually, but just kind of seeing them in action together. And I was like, oh, y'all like do this. I've always wanted to be on a team, but I'm not a slam poet.
Yeah.
Like I don't think I could deliver like a slam. Like I think I would be way too much in my head that it will feel, like even when you're trying to record something and then like, don't stop reading it from the phone.
Yeah.
Stop acting like you're reading it and just feel it. And they'll be like, what are you talking about? But I totally get it. And I feel like I'll be way too in my head if I had to be like individually try to like compete for something.
Okay, let's go back though, since we back there, and when we all come from somewhat of the same place, we all came formed at the same place, and since then have been on similar travels as far as being on the same road. So we done met a lot of the same people along the way, right? So this is one that I'm gonna put out there, and then I'm gonna come back to it because it's gonna require a little bit of thought, and we don't want no dead air. Because even I'd have to think about that because we just brought up probably the one person I was probably going to say, so now I got to think of a new person. So, the question is, where are they now? What's a poet that was so fucking dope and they just vanished? Like off the scene, and maybe not vanished to the point where you don't ever hear nothing about them, don't ever see them trickle down your timeline, but if they was just so super cold, like nothing, nothing, you're not gonna give us anything, not even a random, because I ain't did this in a while, viral potential ass shit, like what? So that's the question, and I'm gonna move on to the next one while y'all think about that. Let that be like running in the background. I thought this was a fun one. What's one cliche in poetry that you secretly love? Like,
I like when a motherfucker says respect the mic. Like I like when it's just tell the motherfucker to shut up. I'm mad that somebody's being loud, but it's always gonna be like sometimes they're just loud because they really feel it and they know how to control themselves.
Yeah.
Some people are just jaw jacking in the background, whatever. But I love it, especially with Mario. Respect the fucking mic. Like I love that.
Yeah.
I'm not looking to hear it, but when I do, I'm just like, look at that community coming together.
This is community
accountability. Look at that.
I think my secret cliche that I like, and I guess it's because I always hear it in a creative way, like it's worked into the poem, but not their style necessarily. But I love a good similes and metaphors. I just it's something about someone either trying to or actually still back into that era, because that was an error. That was absolutely an error.
I live in that era.
Yeah, I know. I believe it. That's like the Broadway, beatnik back in the coffee house. Yeah, but I love it. I love it because it's the essence. It's like, I love rap music, but there's a few country songs that just still, that's kind of like how that style of poetry resonates with me. Like I might not bump the whole station for an hour or two, but if I accidentally turn on to it and hear my jam, I'm locked in, So I fucks with it. What about you?
I'm a sucker for a good love poem.
Yeah, the real roses are red, violets are
Yes,
blue.
yes.
You cornball. No, I was kidding.
Love it. Water signs be like.
That's some shit
It's-
married folks say and
It's,
shit,
it's
man.
necessary. It's
Cancer.
necessary.
Yeah.
Trust me, man. You
That's
need
some
to have that energy up there sometimes.
Yeah, that's the shit he be putting on the cards with the flowers, the sis and shit.
Did y'all ever like write things in the card? Like, okay, the card already has something in it, but I could do better.
Oh, I was a
Or
Mac
did-
baby. Listen, I used to cross that shit out like this is what I got to say, okay? Any blank space was my space, you hear me?
I worked at a party store.
Oh,
had
yeah.
Access to unlimited cards. Okay, give me them blank ones. I'm about to write you, especially if a guy came in trying to you done fucked up your old lady is big
You said,
mad.
baby, for additional $15.99, I
And I
got
said,
something
you
for
want me to
you.
write it so now they know it's not your handwriting, bro. Do you want to make this work? But that's okay. I got what you want to say.
Please tell me that was a side hustle. You would have been killing it.
Oh, I wish I
We
just
could-
did it for free. I was
We don't
in high
need the
school.
party store. We could turn that into a side hustle.
I
Shit is
would.
coming up. Mother's Day coming up. Look, get that
Oh,
that
yeah.
money. Like you need that extra little verbal
I
touch.
do because I'm trying to see Al Green in concert.
Love.
Mhm. 24th.
I finally got the fucking song right. I was
Maybe
getting
it was the Marvin Gaye.
I was getting him and Al Green fucked up. I said
yeah,
something
yeah.
about I don't want to see no pastor, no reverend.
We said what?
You
Stick to the hits. Nothing but the.
Oh
mother
my
loving.
God. Listen.
I also.
All right.
Yeah.
Let's bring it back, y'all. Let's bring it back. So, where are they now? Did we think about it?
Where's who now?
Poets we ain't seen in a while. I got two actually.
Oh, they around.
No, I got two. I want to know. Y'all remember the one chick? I think her name was Tanya, and she had the short hair, and I remember a line that she had that was just like at the time that was like, "Ah!" I remember just like running around the room like, "Oh, that's a bar," but she said something to the effect of, as long as you have a face, I'll have a place to sit.
Mm.
I don't know why that sounds.
Is it 9
familiar.
o'clock yet? Almost.
What's
See?
her name?
Tanya.
It's always a Tanya. It is almost 9.
Yeah.
Okay, I see.
So I often wonder, like, damn, what happened to her? Because she wasn't, we had our tiers of poets who showed up to do certain shit.
Mhm.
And her presence was always welcomed, you know what I'm saying? Because she was good at what she did. But she wasn't, you could tell that was like when she tapped the mic, that was it. Like,
Yeah.
I gotta go because I'm gonna wake up and go do my job in the morning. I'm not gonna be waking up stuck on a poem type shit, but
Mhm.
she was that. I enjoyed her poetry. And I haven't seen her in like forever, like not on Facebook or nothing. So shout out to her. Hope she's okay in the world. And my second person is Logic. I see her like on Facebook and stuff like that. But I actually called her for Aiden's fundraiser. I had did a fundraiser like marathon show. Everybody came on and spit. I had people like, donating goods, and there was interviews. It was great, right? And I'm like, man, that'd be so dope if I could just get. She was like, no, I'll donate though. Like, what? What? Your money's no good here. Like, I need your poems. Like, that's more
Bullshit.
valuable, right? What the fuck are you
Bullshit.
doing?
I'm gonna need that donation. Okay.
Listen, dude, but no, she had incredible wordplay, and I probably would put her on that slam team, the aforementioned slam team we were just talking about. She's a fucking gangster when it comes to putting certain shit together. So annoying. I'm so annoyed by shit like that. Like,
I can feel it.
those be the people I be like, how much for the bar? I mean, can I buy the line? I like to buy the bar out on your poems. Okay, give me all the bars in your poem. Oh, I'm gonna buy the bar out. See what I did there. That made me do a shimmy.
You're full of
Okay.
ideas. She's never ending.
Okay. I got a lot of these. But let me see. I'm jumping around though. If your pen had a personality, how would it act? Would it be petty, peaceful, or pull up ready?
I'm being as aggressive when it needs to be. What are we writing? No, really, what are we writing?
So you're saying your pen has a split personality?
My pen has a multiple. My pen is multiple personality in this order. Good morning. My pen is whatever it needs to be. Okay, my pen is a chameleon.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's just whatever it.
But what's the personality? It's like a chameleon personality.
Oh, that's a real thing.
A chameleon. I would think that a chameleon, the idea of the metaphor actually of chameleons would make it a personality. Because but I will disagree though. I don't think that your pen that fits your pen's personality, because when you think of a chameleon goes into environments and they blend in. And you stand out. You know, you don't conform to what other people got going on. You like, oh yeah,
stop making sense.
You be like, yeah, that's lit, but I'm Brit. You know, you hear me? You be like, yeah, that's lit, but I'm Brit. You know, I'm gonna go ahead and do what I do.
People, I'm not saying shit. It's just the things that's coming out of the folks' mouth.
No,
I guess if the that's my problem.
that's all I'm fucking saying.
That's my problem is humility.
Your pen is gangster.
My pen is that nigga. So like the person, I mean, so it's confidence without, like what we talked about last week. It's confidence without needing like super ego or whatever. So my pen is that nigga.
So is it petty, peaceful, or pull up ready? Pull up ready.
Pull up ready.
Okay.
Yeah, pull up ready.
What you thinking?
Tone. He said this is what it is.
What about you, Hayes?
I feel like I'm a little more petty.
Petty pen is a powerful thing.
Yeah.
Petty
with a hint of pull up ready.
In the air. Cause yes, that's something. We got to do something with that, because I be feeling all the remixes. You say a petty though?
Petty with a little bit of pull up ready. Like all the shit I be really wanting to say.
Yeah,
I'm gonna say in that piece.
I'm definitely pull up ready.
No.
And he's a Cancer.
Cancer.
No, he's a Cancer.
I am too.
But it's I know.
Yeah.
Oh, I know.
I know.
I know. He said your pen sound like a Sagittarius. That's hilarious. Okay. So remember how you asked us about like we write for the page stage or like
Yeah.
whatever. I used to write to impress him.
Yeah.
No.
As I did.
No, you didn't.
Because I was like, it's great.
You wrote and you shared it.
I shared it, but it's like it's
impress
good
me.
if he likes it. No, for real. Then I'll be like, you really like it? I still wouldn't believe you when you said it either. I used to try to write for his approval, even though you already approved. But.
So I could relate to that, because I definitely wrote and selected some poems that I'm going to do in my feature on Monday at Lindeman's River West 1001 East Locust. Doors open at 7.
You did that off the top of your head?
Off the top of my head.
Oh shit.
That's okay. That's all right. But so Mario, I'm very anxious to see what he think about these pieces. I've been going crazy, Brett. Let me tell you, I sent him a screenshot. Like, I don't know if I'm having an episode or a breakthrough, but I literally, and it's more since I've talked to you. I've been finding little pockets. I don't know if it's because y'all nephew, he's big 7 tomorrow. So he's like getting more and more into mom, leave me alone. And I'm just like, yes. And so I've been like literally sitting there like nothing to do. And my hand's like, go to the paper, see what you can do. Right. Fuck. Ask me how many poems I done wrote since the 14th.
How many poems have you written since the 14th?
Guess.
14.
Close.
15.
I am as of 3:00 this morning. I'm at 19.
3 o'clock this morning.
And when I tell you these are pieces, not pieces of pieces. These aren't. I'm gonna come back to those. These aren't. Let me nestle this right here, and I'm probably gonna pluck it and put it somewhere else. Like save the space.
Oh, these are full ass pieces.
These are pieces that I already got 2 that I'm like, oh yeah, if I don't get this memorized, what are you doing? Because just the whole vision of me doing it on the stage and what I could do to them words,
So we getting a preview of this on Monday?
Oh yeah.
Oh, let's go.
I'm getting some shit off my chest. There's a lot going on right now, and the only thing that stopped me from like checking myself in somewhere to be evaluated is by literally making sense of it and organizing it and reading it back. And it don't sound. It doesn't take away from the stress factor or the level of intensity it is, but it makes sense. I managed to make sense of some things.
Mhm.
So when I read it, it starts to make that situation make sense a little bit.
Yeah, you got to organize those thoughts.
And I've been flowing. I'm talking about fucking flowing. What I was in the bathroom hiding from my kids, and I literally just recorded myself freestyling.
Mm.
Why was that a concept I wasn't doing anyway? It just wasn't part of my habits. You know what I'm saying? I normally could write as fast as I think. That's like my personal recording myself, right? But I literally just was like, close my eyes. I turned the lights off and I hit record. And when I tell you that shit had me, you ever see like the cartoons when they be writing, it's always like tongue out, like I was going bananas, like, what the fuck is going on? So yeah, I'm excited for Monday because it's
too.
unless somebody get to be like, do that One Piece, it's all new heat.
And it should be. It's your set.
Oh yeah, no, but you know how I did Mario, like do that one, and I call it the wrong. I've called it the wrong name the same way so long that he's like, yeah, it's not called that, but he knows what I'm talking about.
You know, but as long
Yeah,
as he knows,
yeah.
that's
So
all that matters.
unless somebody be like, hey, do that One Piece, it's a brand new show. Mama got a brand new bag.
So what you gonna do with all these new pieces? Is it just for the performance? You want to turn them into another, like maybe another book? Or-
So they all unless I do like a like a collage of different things, sort of like what the first book was about, how I just put a whole bunch of different stories together to make them work. These poems in particular tackle the different things I'm going through right now, and I right now can't visualize how I would put them all on one project together.
Yeah.
But these pieces are, you guys, we're gonna be talking press kits and stuff like that, because I think that's an important thing that it took for my cousin, and this is what she went to school for, to be like, oh yeah, let me see your press kit, make sure it's up to par. And I'm like, the fuck is that? Like I don't have a lot of press going on because we think going on the news, and I don't got no news shit. They're like, no, like anytime somebody call you and say, hey, send me a picture and a bio, you're sending them bits and parts and pieces of a press kit, right?
Yeah.
So I'm thinking that what I'm going to do is try to put some into play for workshops, like not workshops, but like grow them into whole workshops. Like that's how deep some of these went. Like, yo, this is damn near a support group. Like I would like to expand on the poem and turn it into an action.
Yeah.
And then there's other poems that I wrote within that tackle certain things that I would probably want to be theme specific with them. Maybe cultivate a whole show where I champion, y'all to write something similar, but it would still be theme specific, but I'm definitely proud of these pieces to where something has to happen to them. These are not going in the vault, but they came from the vault. Some of them did. Like some of them they were not pieces, but they were concepts. And like that book, I literally had a note that I've been writing in for the last 2 years. And I found it just like deleting, making space. And I'm like, nigga, the fuck am I doing?
What you doing on Sunday?
Sunday?
I mean, I know, but like you're gonna be out or you're gonna be like in.
I'm trying to be in and out of cotton. No, I'm just saying.
I'm saying I need I need you to electric slide some of this to me.
Oh yeah.
I just want I need to like a preview or something.
Stop playing with me. Stop playing with me.
I will
Okay.
come over.
Aiden is at my grandma's house.
I will come.
I mean, his grandma. I'm like my grandma's house. Hey, ever since he been born, my mama is everybody grandma.
Good.
I be talking to my brother and we talk about our mama. I be like, dude, what's wrong with grandma? He like, she been gone for a long time. That's what's wrong with her. I'm like, no, our mama, dude, our fucking
that's
mama.
wild.
Yeah.
She been gone for a long time.
You know,
Man, I miss my dog.
So- so my brother, shout out to my brother Andre. He is not a poet, but he is definitely part of my creative muse. When it comes to when I had my old show, he used to call in like a character, like how some of the shows have different characters, like Tavis Smiley or whatever.
Ah,
And he's super fucking hilarious, and he's gonna actually be a guest on our show.
ooh.
To give a outside view of what poetry looks like to somebody that's not even on the scene. Like, we got some people that's a familiar face on the scene. They go to everything.
Yeah.
But then you got people that might be dragged there on a date, looking for something to do. Fuck it, let's try something new. So he would be a good opinion for that demographic of people, because we get a lot of those. We get a lot of those that come to miscellaneous shows, miscellaneous sets for whatever reason. And those be the people that that I'd be like, okay, how do we keep them coming back?
Yeah.
Because that goes into intent. That goes into intentionally seeing something you like. Those are the people that be like Hamilton. If you just happen to be another city and they come to that city, you're liable to go, right?
It's crazy how I just instantly smile when you say that. Like my cheeks will not go down.
That's dope. I see, and I aspire. I aspire to be. I aspire for people to be like, she coming to my city.
Oh my gosh.
I aspire
Wouldn't
for
that
that.
be really cool?
Absolutely, it would. But I like. It's the organic of it all, though. You know what I mean? I don't want to be. Don't get me wrong. I love being brought into rooms. I love being, spoken in rooms that I have never sat in, things like that. But I love the organic online when you see these stories of people that just, man, I saw them spitting in the subway and I just had to, like, when that person got up that morning, they was just doing them.
Yeah.
They didn't know that they was going to run into the right motherfucker that's going to change their life. I try to think of that, because I'll get real weird and dark and start thinking like, damn, did they know that was gonna be their last day? So I always try to, offset. Shout out, R.I.P. Offset. I try to offset those negative thoughts with stuff like that.
You're really only one connection away from having your life change.
Absolutely.
And in the moment, you're closer than you've ever been to anything you've ever desired. Like,
Yeah.
you're much more closer to it. So I think that's
One of my biggest fears is stopping seconds before it was about to happen.
Mm.
That's such a fear of mine, and that could be applied to
I
anything,
know.
anything.
I know.
Because if I'd have just, yeah.
Yep.
What time is it?
It's 9.
Damn, I could have said that one. Okay, so I was trying to be good and start. Okay, I got another question. Have you ever? Oh, this is a good one. I'm writing dates on here because we might not get through all of these, I don't think, and I want to make sure I don't repeat questions unless we have somebody on. We can see what they think about some of these. But have you ever performed a piece you no longer relate to? What did that feel like? And I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna go one further. It may have worked, may or may not. So if it has, answer with that in mind. Especially if it's one of your pieces that have worked its way into a signature piece. A piece that works. I'm talking about a piece that goes good and you could do it with your eyes closed. And like you say, Britt, if you can disconnect from the emotion of the poem, you can disconnect from your emotion, how you feel about the poem, to still get the job done.
Yeah.
But what about the pieces that, even though you can perform them, when you no longer relate to them, do you feel that it deserves the rewrite? So I just changed the question just slightly. Like, if you don't, there's an opposite to everything. You know what I'm saying? So like if you got a poem that was like about heartbreak because that's where you was at the time, do you think you thinking about your own catalogs, do you subconsciously then write the rebuttal or write the opposite of it, rather intentionally or unintentionally? Because I can look at my catalog and damn near tell what I was going through in life.
Yeah.
I'm the Mary J. Blige of poetry. I say that all the time because when I'm going through some shit, that's when y'all get that fucking heat. I ain't gonna lie, y'all get that heat. And I try to, still write about the uplifting things, but I ain't gonna lie, them things sound corny sometimes.
Sometimes, yeah.
But that stuff that made me cry, that them pages that still got that little tear stain mark on it,
Yeah.
I be punching the air like I'm gonna fuck them up with this. And it ain't and when I say that, I don't mean like, oh yeah, I'm grandstanding, but it's like I can't be the only one that feel like this. And like I love that song by Jay-Z, Song Cry. Cause that's the tone. That's the tone. That's my pull up ready. That's my version of pull up ready.
Yeah.
I be ready to like, I love going first. We talked about that last week because that setting tone sometimes it be like, listen, would you run in a burning building? Cause I'm finna set this bitch on fire. We might as well just shut it down. And that's the energy I want to bring.
And I don't mind it always. Like, but
it
it happens to me so many, like, or at least
Yeah.
like it just be like, hey, Britt, like a heads up. You want to call me first.
Yeah.
And it just be like, what?
I think it's more so when I'm in new spaces and they don't know what the fuck I'm about to come do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's when I really, really like, cause really it all depends on how I feel. You call me up first or last, I still might go up there and do whatever I'm gonna do. But that first, that's some underestimation in me going first. Roar.
Yeah.
I'm about to roar. I'm about to roar.
I love
I'm about
the way you just said it though.
So what's the question again? A piece that we
no longer
relate to or choose to rewrite.
Yeah, like what does that feel like if you have to spit it still?
So I have a piece called Lost,
Mhm.
and it was maybe years that I went without writing while I was dealing with dialysis and kidney disease. And this was the first piece that I chose to write when I got the courage to do so. I performed it for a little while, a couple years, and I got to a point where I said, I don't want to perform this piece anymore because it constantly takes me back to that place. And recently, just with revisiting some of the old things that I wrote in the past, I feel like it still has its place, and it definitely does, like you said, set the tone for certain things.
Yeah.
So if I have something like a feature and I want to kind of set up like this wave or this like emotional roller coaster, I feel like I can still use it. So it's not that I'm not going to say I don't relate to it at all. I think it just takes a different turn for me, and I use it as a different tool. I was at first using it to like express the emotion that I was in at that time. And now it kind of has, even though I'm saying I'm lost, even though I'm saying all of these emotions, the tone in which I say it shows that it's in the past. So I kind of flipped it for myself.
Okay. What about you, Britt?
I don't think I found one that has me feeling that way yet. Because I still write like aspirationally.
Okay.
I still write how I see myself, and I've seen myself in so many different facets now,
Yeah.
And so it's whatever the pieces are, like even like that Queen's poem, like it's relatable content. It's something that I can resonate with, but I don't have many other things that would trigger me back to that piece, that I can't deliver it.
Yeah.
So how I deliver it, so in a dramatic form.
Okay.
I want you to think of like you're watching a soap opera or or drama or whatever. I want to set that tone for you because
that's that director.
Yeah, because that's how it can feel.
Yeah.
I want you to. The way I think about like my writing is that you guys are entering to an empty room.
Yeah.
And the walls are like bare like this. I am not really good. I'm not a visual artist. So I paint with my words.
Mm.
I'm not telling you what to think though. I'm just giving you what I have. You interpret it and then you feel the space.
Yeah.
So then it's almost like you
Like how your words is on that mural that love you to life.
Mm-hmm.
That's dope.
And so and then people can take that and what they would when they think of that line, right?
Yeah.
It could mean 5 different things to 5 different people. It's what you as the receiver, take in or whatever. But I haven't had something, or at least you give me something to really think about. I would want to like go through old pieces. Like I was scrolling and I'm just like trying to find something like quick, fast, in a hurry. But you really have me like, that's something I have to take like a dive into and really. So hopefully, maybe the answer might change.
You
next
damn near
time.
probably got a whole new book in your vault.
It's
Yeah, listen, we're gonna have an organization day, okay?
I think
All right.
one of the things that you said about writing with aspirations is a method that I'm trying to work on as a writer.
okay.
So even if I'm talking about something that's negative, I try to find a way to flip it towards the end or incorporate a space where I can see myself and write myself through the situation,
Yeah.
even if it hasn't necessarily happened yet.
Mm.
And I think that comes and it gives you a chance to kind of manifest that in your actual life, because you can start having that thought process and not get so stuck on what's depressing you.
Yeah.
That's
So I
right.
think that's a beautiful thing to do as a writer.
Okay. So last question, because I know we got some other things that we want to get to before we cut it for the night. I mean, we know we're near there, but I'm saying we got other shit to get to. So this is the last question that I'm going to ask for all of us. Oh shit, I answered it, but I didn't answer it. But the short answer to that is I have absolutely thrown away a lot of poems that I was like, and maybe it was, yeah, literally.
Thrown away.
Yeah, absolutely. Hold on, but it was a science to it. It was, I went into workshop mode with them. And what we do in some of my workshops is we might write some hard things or some things, and burning them or ripping them is significant to them serving us no purpose. Conflicted though, because it might not serve me purpose anymore, but I imagine maybe some of those would have served a purpose for somebody else. But if I can't deliver it the way it needs to be delivered, then that's sometimes half the message. Because I struggle with separating. You could tell when I don't feel the same way about a certain piece, especially if you heard it in its rawest form. And if you heard it when I was going through it. Unless I jazzed it up, souped it up, or like my mama say when she's trying to make her canned greens feel picked, like I doctored it up. I take pieces, and I shout out to my mom and her greens, but I doctor it up, and there have pieces that I've released because the growth from that poem deserved a better representation of that topic, if that makes any sense. So I pick it apart for what I might still want to use, but then for the poem as a whole, yeah, it get tossed.
I respect that.
The last question, and we're gonna end this on a light note. The worst or funniest poetry moment. It could be yours or someone else's. And if it's like something that could be taken as like putting somebody on blast, you don't have to say their name, but you can definitely tell us what the fuck happened.
Well, it's just like what's the name podcast where they say I ain't saying no names.
Yeah, type shit.
Oh, I feel like a Jay Valentine. Yes. Okay. I really want them to see our pod and be like, I see what y'all do. Like, yeah, Tank. Put me on.
They said, put me on.
Only one thing comes to mind.
Hmm.
And I'll never forget it because she went on right after me. That to the point they even had her. It's still a clip I think you can find on YouTube.
Why is we talking about the same thing? I know we are.
Good night.
Yes. Good night.
Good night to the limelight. The message is saying right. She said,
Why do you
Told
know
you
this
already.
by heart?
she said, don't be coming at me, petty.
Ain't that when they had to like kick her off the stage?
So she started
And she had that asymmetrical bob.
this right her
That wig was-
about me.
That
This-
wig was just as bogus as that poem. I ain't gonna lie.
This right her about me.
I thought we was getting punked. I thought that they had.
She came on right because I
She
went,
had to be a paid
she
actor.
went after on.
Why were we thinking of the same thing, dude?
And it's funny because like it's on YouTube, and so it's on like because they was always recording the shows.
Yeah.
So poor Qua and the band, like
Oh
you can,
my
you can
God.
see like even Tim, he has no poker face, so like it's, and he got this guitar. He's just looking like
They were
whatever.
so great. That
and
was my focal point. Sometimes.
Qua was like, really trying. I mean, it's hard. I don't know what anyone tells you. It's not easy being a host
Hell no.
because things be happening. You be like, what?
Sometimes you gotta
Hold
stay
on, hold
neutral.
on. You gotta explain for the people that don't know. You referenced it.
About
You
what?
gotta explain for the people that don't know the moment.
Oh.
Oh.
Well, that was the
That was
reference. Like
moment.
she went up there and we're gonna have to bring this clip. We're gonna have to bring this clip. We're gonna have to bring this clip next week. I'm finna write this down. Britt,
So she had
you gotta tune in because we're gonna patch you in. Okay. You got we bringing this
yeah,
clip.
Yeah.
We bringing
I'm
this
just gonna be in Chicago.
Yeah.
Totally do that. I she had a poem that she wrote called Good Night. Good night. Good night. And then somebody yelled in the back, Good night.
night.
Her name. And I think she might have been like intoxicated. Like there was a few things going on. She wasn't sober or whatever, but
Why does my note says bring the clip of the PU good night, lady?
look, and that's just it. Somehow a hat got on
I'll
the
bring this
stage and she
clip.
put on the hat. But this literally, because I think she was the last poet of the night or whatever. She literally was after me. Like I did a poem, and I usually afterwards, I always have a urge to go use the bathroom, and so I do. Like, and then so when I came out, I mean, I heard her when she first started, but I come out like, what's going on here? And all I kept thinking was, where's her friends at? Like, where's her people at? Like, there's no way. No, seriously. And I'm telling y'all, like, for real, because I'm talking to y'all for real.
Yeah.
If I'm ever off, like off, and I'm trying the audacity to try to perform or do something.
I'm gonna let you rock.
No, don't you dare.
I'm gonna let you rock.
Oh my God.
He said, I'm gonna let you cook, chef.
Well, that was
And I will
This
hope
is-
that you would do the same
this is
for
the
me.
second time you done said something today that I did not expect to come leave from you. Pissed.
Pissed.
But yeah, that's my the moment that I can think of because just
I just want to say that's a reoccurring dream of mine. Is just to get fucking faded and go to a mic somewhere and just say what the fuck is on my
and
mind.
the grass was green.
Oh my God. See, yeah,
and
see.
you seeing me, and I got things on my mind.
Bro, we should do that.
Oh my God.
What kind of poet are you? Jesus. I cannot. Please don't do that. I would love it though, but don't do that.
We
So
got to.
what y'all got for me? Who's going first? Hayes.
Just chosen.
I think mine is more general. Anytime Black Art get up there and freestyle, anytime.
I made it to my first Black Art freestyle, and I just really felt like I had rhymed.
I like, and he actually plays into my cliche that I like because he goes after everything, in the smoke,
It's the way that motherfucker.
and then he throws the paper.
Mm-hmm.
I've always wanted to work that into my.
now because that motherfucker.
I know. Shout out to Black Art. He is actually a pillar in the community when it comes to, his coffee shop
Yes.
and always providing space. And when he show up, it's gonna be a good time.
Man.
He's a freestyle king.
Definitely.
Freestyle king for sure. Wherever in the world he is, shout out. to
Wherever
him.
you are.
So, Britt,
Yes.
let's talk about these lines, right? Is that what we doing?
Which ones?
What was it that you had? You said you already had it, and we were talking about we couldn't play it.
Oh, yeah, like a moment in music.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Let's take a break from poetry because moment in music. You're gonna tell them what that is, but I think that it's a good break on the monotony because it's still about words and finely placed lyrics.
Yes, because music songs are just like poetry with music. Like
So bridge that gap for us.
About what, like a song in regards
Well,
to
what
like,
you had, what you already was gonna bring?
So I believe that music is like a song can be like poetry. I mean, it's rhyming. Like, not that a poem does not need to rhyme.
Yeah. Yeah.
Good, because it don't need to.
Mm-mm.
Generally, in a song, there are a few songs where huh
No, I'm like, that's how I've been writing.
would not rhyming.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Forgive me. Bring it in. Bring it
Yes.
in. Okay, I'm proud of you. But generally in a song, saying, because of rhythm wise or whatever, there is rhyming, right?
Yeah.
It helps you remember things, repetition or whatever like that. And so, and it's usually, when you think about songs or something that kind of sticks with you, it's usually like a bridge
Yeah.
or like the hook or chorus. You may not remember the actual verse is yet, but you kind of catch that melody. So like, it's crazy. I'll be listening to a song for the first time,
Yeah.
but once I know what the melody is, like, especially being a vocalist too, I don't know what the next words are going to be, but I know at least what the harmony or something's going to sound like. And somebody be like, hey, you know this song? I'm like, I just heard it, just like you. But it's something that sticks out, right? So there's always a moment, like, so the song that I chose today, because I'm also an old school, I was gonna say the word freak, but I still,
Not freak.
and I still said
Days
it.
up, right?
Well, it's after 9.
Enthusiast. is
So,
probably a better
thank
word.
you,
I love-
old school enthusiast.
Mhm.
So if anyone knows of the group New Edition,
Yes.
and then at some point they branched off. Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis said, hey, Mike, Ronnie,
Mm.
Ricky, form a group. Your last names, Bill, Biv, DeVoe. Shout out to the songs from the 90s. A lot of these songs are trash. Like, but they're so amazing. They're great, but like the meaning behind them. So this particular song is actually my favorite song by them. But it's such a fuck boy like anthem. Where did this come from? So
I'm like, really? Do tell.
the song is called When Will I See You Smile Again?
Mhm.
And let's just put it out there. Ricky Bell, baby, every time you sing, the rent is due. Okay, and you short $50. But somehow you come up. Every single, this is the conviction that man, I want to see him in the booth. Okay, so here's some of the lines, people. If you know the song, play it. Okay, it's everywhere. It's everywhere. But think about it. It's constantly, it's just a song about, I keep making mistakes. I mean, it's literally in the lyrics. Like, I keep fucking up, and I just like, what can I do to make you smile again? At this point, die, nigga. Like, it was just what. No, for real, we don't promote that, but like the bridge part, right? I think that's the bridge. Like, girl, you see that eye, and that motherfucker gets on the microphone, right? Because I got to do a dramatic. I apologize. Like, why do you have to apologize like that? So intense. Then the motherfucker's like, tell me what to do. That motherfucker, to get through to you. Stop cheating. Stop doing wrong.
You said you know the cheat code.
I feel like you know exactly what you need to do.
Yeah.
Girl, it's not the same. And then this nigga says, I know I was to blame. Yeah.
That's that boombox music where you stand outside somebody's window. That's that boombox music.
Tell me when I will see you smile again, because I know I messed up, baby. And I know you're fed up, sugar. And you got the audacity to put harmonies on the shit. So it's like, oh, that's crazy. That's crazy.
That's exactly what he's saying.
So now let's talk about the top of the second verse, though, because it gets even better. Okay. He said, promises. It's still my favorite song by them. Like, nothing can change that. Nothing will ever change.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
Because it's after 9
Well, I'm
o'clock.
not kidding. It's not coming through me. The man said, promises I know I made many times before. And I broke each one of them. But I had to learn over and over again.
A different person now.
Don't hurt the one you love.
Oh wait, but no, you got to do how he's don't hurt the one you love.
What?
The
When he
serenade.
got on that second to get through to you. She's walking out the. She's at her mom's house.
That's that Dwayne
Mama
Wayne shit
said-
when he ran up
Mama
on
said,
Whitley.
"Don't stop calling my house. Stop pulling up. My daughter's trying to heal.
Yeah,
She's trying to heal, and you won't let her."
outside with the boombox.
This it's crazy. But then you got Mike. Mike is like, I'm gonna throw in the harmonies, whatever, but I'm gonna just talk to you a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I'm talking to you.
Nobody listening to this song anymore, so somebody else got to go talk to him.
so check it out. He said, "Look, baby, listen. Please forgive me for all the wrong I've done. You see, I just can't understand why I keep making the same damn mistake over and over again. But there's one question that remains in the back of my mind now, and that is, when will I see you smile again when your dick shrivels up? What more do you want from me?" And then this motherfucker, "Maybe we can talk it over. We ain't got shit to talk about." Ricky,
I just want you to know, during all of this,
The passion.
DeVoe had no problem.
hey, he said, "I'm just here to lay down some vocals. We good over here.
Like, look,
Your situation sound real personal."
You said he came in with the harmonies. That was it. That was it.
DeVoe's like, I'm just trying to go to my real estate class. Me and my wife are good.
It's just crazy though. Like, these songs will hit you in a place. Like, think of even like Jodeci. It's been an hour since you've been gone, and
Look,
that's
bro.
too long. So come back home, nigga. Y'all in the desert. What is you
That's
talking
what-
about?
You were in the desert in leather. You know you fucked up.
Not to mention that whole bar was like control issues. An hour?
Yeah.
hour? Sometime-
you.
Sometimes it take me a good 15 minutes to figure out my ride off music, and you talk about an hour?
She was mad at him and sick of his bullshit and left. Now, normally she come right back and they talk about it, but she ain't come back right away. Drugs is wearing off.
That's insane.
That's why he in the desert, because he hot and he hot.
Now, hold on. So
Who chose?
I
the
don't know
desert?
why our comments is not coming on the screen.
You get,
Wait,
I know why.
Wait, are
On
people?
your page,
Hmm.
you gotta switch from friends only to public.
I am public.
No, your friends only.
Why?
It's just the way Facebook is. I'll show you that.
No, it shouldn't be that way. They bogus.
Okay,
But
Alton and Timothy wrote that song.
but
That must be cool.
real quick, Suzanne said much love from Dallas, y'all.
Who said that?
Suzanne, she's somebody that
Hey, Susan.
Thank you,
that
Suzanne.
Oh, Suzanne.
yeah, she is she's a great person. She was very much involved in the protests, and yeah, shout out to her. Kennedy said my faves. Mwah, mwah, mwah. Just had a birthday. Happy birthday still. My mama L just low. She said that's my baby. Love you, mama. Dwayne, he gave us the eyes, and then he said, "You writing poems like Silk the Shocker?" He got to be talking about me, because Silk the Shocker don't be rhyming. You know what? Now I got to write a no limit poem. I-
Because you know what?
Oh, don't play with me. I'm gonna write that down.
Juan.
Is it challenge?
Juan.
Challenge next week?
Where's Juan?
That's what we doing?
What we doing next week?
Oh, he tried to push the pusher around. I'm finna snap.
What-
He
what-
said he challenged me to write a poem using all the song names or the names of the artists. Okay,
From
a
No
poem.
Limit?
Yes.
That's
You know you
great.
done fucked up, right?
I'm
got
mad.
that.
Juan, pissed me off, and you know why?
I know why.
You just try to stop me.
Oh, we good though. You can say that.
No.
You can say that.
Mm.
It's gonna be okay.
Okay.
You don't like Silk the Shocker?
Don't say it again. You get triggered.
Oh,
He's the worst rapper alive. And number two is Magoo. So
I love Silk the
Shocker.
Shocker.
Put it in today's age, he fits in perfectly.
He was
Ahead
ahead
of
of
his
his time. He absolutely was.
Mm.
But that didn't make him great. See, we gotta stop associating ahead of his words, affirmations like he's ahead of his time. Sometimes being ahead of your time just means you was just on the wrong fucking time.
He couldn't
You
even be
know.
on time. The motherfucker you shove the beat down his throat. He would throw it back up.
But that was his thing. That's what made him stand
The
out.
disgust
It-
on her face
That's
right now.
that's what made him stand out.
The crazy part is his cadence fits today's cadence.
Well, his cadence though is what made him stand out. I loved hearing him come on
That
the track.
nigga would be nothing without Percy. Can we please move on? I really can't talk about Six of Shine.
Okay, let me mellow you out. Glitter. Okay, so just kidding. Just kidding.
That's how you want to mellow me out?
That's because I know my sister. I love
Oh
you.
my gosh. This motherfucker's my sister. She said this all
Taylor is one of the worst movies ever.
What?
Oh, with that Mariah Carey.
Oh yeah.
Glitter is the herpes of all arts and crafts.
She hates glitter, like glitter.
Glitter.
Yes. It's a pain in the ass.
Mm.
It's saying the shine.
Oh, that's number 2. Can we please?
Okay.
We gotta
Let's
move on.
let's move on. Let's move on. Hayes,
Yep.
what you got for us? What you got for us?
All right, so I've scoured the internet.
Ooh.
Oh
I
no.
spent hours
That means
and
he put a lot of
hours.
effort into it.
and hours looking for somebody that I can show you guys this week. We got something called the bar breakdown that we'll be doing. So we're gonna take this piece. It fits in with the theme of the weekend for all my wrestling fans. We got WrestleMania coming up.
Woo woo.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. So you can take a look at this
Yeah.
piece. It's from an artist named Black Chakra in Brooklyn, and it's from the Voices Empower You Too. We'll check that out real quick, and I'll come back to you.
All right.
That fake shit to me. I know wrestling is real. Because I'm related to a fiend, snorting raw, buying crack valves. Before he inject the heroin, he give his arms to SmackDown. Can't afford another hit because he's tapped out. Addiction got him in a submission. Wrestling is real. I seen a dealer move gold dust like an itch he had to scratch. His tag partner, his girlfriend, she had a title, she had his back. One day she caught 6 from 1-9 because she had a pack. Baby. His girlfriend was his tag partner. She had a title, she had his back. One day she caught 6 from 1-9 because she had a pack. Baby girl wanted a ring, ended up in a casket match. You know how many brothers are still caged in a steel cage, trying to get over, no way out when you're lost within, held down by the system, the prison's a pin. 1 ounce get you 3 counts, I know it's hell in that cell. Young boys rock till they turn nitro, I know it's held in that cell. Pops become props in this theater of the country, so their sons grow to trouble you, hurting their divas, making RIPs out of WCWs. Or murdered over Jordan, watch a clothesline crumble you, turns men like me, Triple H, because now I gotta hurt, hunt, or humble you. Wrestling is real. Christians go over the edge for a ruthless war. Christians go over the edge for a ruthless war. Street legacies and hood pedigrees just mean they'll shoot you more. Or they robbing, masked up, flipping when they loot your door. I'm at rock bottom. Street legacies and hood pedigrees just mean they'll shoot you more. Or they robbing, masked up, flipping when they loot your door. I'm at rock bottom, trying to keep my friends out of Bullet Club. You know how hard D-boys got it? Bloodline gone, cops done shot them. We call them 12 because they clock us a midnight rockers, and we still be on some stupid shit. Fathers be like, sorry for the heartbreak, kid. Daddy needed a super kick. Superstars press for a high to touch their soul, uplifting a block that ain't nothing but a dusty road. The code is NWO, not win often, no win options, guns involved, something from the hip, toss them, or it's RKO, run knuckles or off them, you go to work, job got you in a chokehold, can't afford to pay the heat because your house is stone cold. But you still want to be stunners. Workers till we die, we don't get a rest spot. Sharpshooting the needy, they in a Brett lock or in a guillotine waiting for that neck chop. Don't you speak up, you see how they X-Pac? Your leader shows flair, he getting his chest pop. What they do that to your figure for? So they can make up your pain like a scorpion on your torso, that stings. When they put down a power bomb, anyone who's saving us left with mental scars, now we got a WrestleMania. You know why wrestling is real? The Undertaker is undefeated. Parents turn John Cena, you never see him. Punks control the cult of personality. Wrestling is reality. From entrance to your tombstone, you will be grappling with God. No holds bars. How we feeling?
Yeah. Who's more annoying? The audience at an open mic or like an audience at a rap battle? I really think it's a rap battle.
The rap battle.
Rap battle
Definitely
audience.
the rap battle.
Definitely rap battle audience.
I watched one last night
Hey.
and I was so annoyed. I was yelling at my screen.
Let him cook.
No, for real. I was so mad. They get on my last nerve.
All right, so I hope y'all enjoyed that piece on my bar lovers out there. So
Absolutely.
It was
just in case,
It was awesome.
you're not a fan of wrestling, I'm gonna throw some of them references out there so y'all can catch them. Let me get my notes real quick.
Oh, okay. Somebody take it.
I had to take notes because it was so much.
So many.
It was so many.
fire bars in there.
That was yeah.
So many wrestling references that was just
All right.
perfection. Chef kiss.
Yeah.
As soon as we popped off, he said, I'm related to a fiend wrestler, RIP Bray Wyatt, snorting Raw. You know, that's the show, WWE, SmackDown, WWE, Tapped Out. We got Submission. We got Goldust. She had a title, had his back. She caught 6 from 1-9 because she had a pack. 619 is Rey Mysterio's finisher. We got, you know how many brothers are still caged and is still caged trying to get over. Even getting over is a wrestling term.
That's called
No Way Out, it's pay-per-view. We got Hell in a Cell, another type of match, pay-per-view. We got RIPs out of WCWs. If you know, WCW was another wrestling company that got bought out by WWE, but it's also a flip because WCW is Women Crush Wednesdays. Let's go.
Jesus.
So much to choose from. That Triple H line.
That was
Now I'm
nasty.
Triple H because I got to hurt, hunt, or humble you. Crazy.
Hurt, hunt, or humble.
Right
That
after
was
that,
so
we
cold.
got Real Christians go over the edge for a ruthless war. Christian and Edge are wrestlers from WWE.
Yo.
Pedigree.
cold.
We got the Rock Bottom he talked about. It was so many. I was just kind of jotting them down. Heartbreak Kid. Daddy needed a super kick. Shawn Michaels, Heartbreak Kid. His move was the super kick. NWO. Let's see, RKO. It's so many. It's so many. I encourage y'all to go back, watch the piece again. Shit, check out some wrestling this weekend, WrestleMania. Maybe you'll get some of the references. Yeah, but I'll have another one for you next week, and we can go. Hit me with the comments. Oh, I see some comments up there now. Cool.
Yeah, I read
Cool.
those.
All right, cool.
Them the ones I read.
In the comments, if you got some bars in that piece, let me know what you liked. Let me know something that you felt, and we'll do it again next week.
Yeah, absolutely. So, all things poetry. We can't be all things poetry if we ain't spitting no poetry. I mean, we heard some bars, we heard some lyrics broken down, and dude in that phenomenal wrestling piece.
Wrestling.
Yeah. So let's clear the fucking air right now, okay? Because I literally am tired of arguing with little people about this. Do my son got wrestlers or wrestlers? Okay, because I'm tired. I'm about to finish him. I'm tired of arguing with Aiden. I say wrestler, he say it's a wrestler. No, I say it's a wrestler, he say it's a wrestler.
I mean, both are correct. It's just you put a little twang on that wrestler, you know.
Who came up with wrestler then? Because I didn't.
Somebody down south
taught
somewhere.
somebody taught me that.
Oh, you're wrestling.
So if we wrestling, why wouldn't I have a wrestler?
Is wrestling like more aggressive than wrestling? Like a motherfucker just slammed you and like threw you into the door versus I don't
Oh my.
know.
I think that's
Listen.
another pie. Wrestling versus
Okay.
wrestling.
Yeah, that's
Someone tell me. I don't know.
wrestlers. Okay, that's when you have action figures, you have wrestlers. When you wrestle, you are a wrestler. That's the definition.
Whatever.
Moving
makes you
on.
feel better.
All right. So who's gonna go first?
Let me hit my notepad.
Y'all want to rock paper scissors? Now I told y'all.
I've been scrolling, I've been looking. It's not easy.
All right. It ain't easy being greasy.
Hey,
I'll do one. I probably ain't gonna finish it, but I'll do a little something.
All right.
Yeah, it's kind of weird doing it sitting down, but we'll rock.
Yeah.
Mic up, you can stand up.
No, I ain't gotta put that much energy into it. Ain't no excuses. I got this. Ain't too many that could do it. Through it all, stay truest with intention that ain't focused on what's new. And everybody else knew it. And though we never blew up, but everybody knew him. Now look at what that boy done. Dresser full of Mountain Dew bottles and a Red Bull. Pillow can't support no type of sleep because his head's full. Dreaming ain't enough. Nowadays you gotta live it, because just when your dream's done or the hustle get relentless, it ain't just about the tracks now. He invested, no going back. Now we hit the stage and you can see his parents in the background. Fam ain't know him and the fame ain't seen him. Day to day feel enslaved on the beat, feel freedom how it is for an artist that's starving but quick to serve. Live in a consumer's nation that want the words for thought. We more lost as the beat go, because everybody think this shit is simple as a free throw. 2020, now what American dreams go. We satisfied with devil's pie until we get the cheese, so he higher than most. Gotta do it now. Drop this 9-to-5 girlfriend, gain pounds, he out chasing his dreams. She on bed rest now. It ain't no one to support her. She don't like his lifestyle, just another show on the go. But she understand it because she been stuck in the system off what the government handed, and she was trying to invest. Got degrees for them classes, but the storm's on the way, and it's something she could grab if money made the world go around her. Stop. Ain't nothing. Oh man, it's been a minute. Hold on.
Okay. We're gonna have to find something.
What was that?
You know how people be like, yeah,
Oh,
come
yeah,
on,
yeah,
so we're
yeah.
gonna have to find something.
Nothing more, and he wasn't there, so it's nothing to be repaired. Hearts full of stone turned to a blank stare. For the hustle, out here trying to get it. Time is money, make a good investment with it. It's stories that's never told, because we don't take the time to read them, and hearts they keep turning cold because all we do is beat them. We defeated as a people, and the artists are the teachers, because the teachers' budget can't afford the mediums to reach us. And these church folks talking, claim they follow Jesus, but won't even lift a finger for the ones that's been depleted. But what about the baby girl that keep a ton of secrets above them dark shades beneath what her sleeve is? Maybe even a little boy that's borderline genius, but just can't convey the message of the visions that he's seeing. All we do is mock him just because it's convenient, because he raised all his other siblings to feel like he's underneath them. So what about the dreamers facing the pillow head to the stars, looking back to drop a piece of our heart? Because life hard all depends on where you end, where you start. You don't see, but honestly it seems you're playing your part. We all selfish as we want to be, hardly ever easy, because when you stuck in the middle, all you idolize is TV. That's all that we got here, and that's all that I got there, and that's where I'm gonna stop here.
Yeah.
good Lord, all the things. Oh my. Oh, I'm next?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
I see what you did there.
Ah, thank you. So we're gonna fight. I wrote this from something you wrote a while ago. This is years ago. Because I started it exactly how you started it. I never did nothing with it. Let's see. Within the first hour of the 12th day in the second month,
I remember that.
2 years after the world shut down, I'm still left with more questions than answers. Questions like, what do I do with all my masks if all this shit was to magically be over? Do I burn them, hang them up for the last time, or in case I may need them for the next time, like back when we were quarantined indoors and loneliness led me to hit my ex line, said it was the last time, but we both know that I'm lying, resisting his fiend for me. Man, I stopped trying because all those boundary settings just left me with blurred lines. Yeah, like the last time, crossing back over into familiar territories in an attempt to avoid landmines, because when the shit blows up, it breaks more than just your spine, disturbing our peace, reconnecting back into these sheets like a pastime. But we must, like a little danger. You meet with curiosity and I greet you with my anger. passing through each other like we were perfect strangers, believing that this was closure, forward movement. Yet we are stuck on rewind or replay, like foreplay. We marathon like we are running a relay, no trophy though. Just fragments of our rationale sprinkled along these sheets, like your scent. I must admit, it's crazy how you still know me though. You still my homie though. And you still feel like home to me though. Maybe that's why you have a hold on me still. And while every time I try to let you go, you release me. And while every time I try to let you go, you let me release and chill until you want to Netflix and chill. Say that you're ready to watch a comedy, but your mind is on a thrill. All right. I never did nothing with it. And that's about as much as I got. I probably should add more to this. This is like 3 years ago.
That's
3
okay.
years ago.
I'm on
But-
y'all ass.
But yeah,
I'm on y'all ass.
My
And when I can't
Oh.
and when I can't remember the poem, I got proof. I can go back to it and be like, yeah, you know the one that start like that. Finish it.
oh,
Finish it.
I don't know what's
That needs to be on the stage coming soon.
this.
Yeah. Yeah. No, for real. Yeah. Britt is
You just
Britt
have
is
to
booked
know
and
that.
busy, and she will be taking a 2-show hiatus to go make that shmoney.
Man.
Well, she going to Porty. She going to Porty next week. She's going to Porty.
But the following week is
Shmoney.
money. You know, we are. The goal is to stay booked and busy. Okay,
Absolutely.
We are all poets.
We're gonna
for
hold you
hire.
down. We're gonna hold you down. We're gonna
Thank
hold you
you.
down.
I'm gonna miss y'all.
So
Miss
here's
you
one of
too.
my new digs that I wrote in the last couple pieces. I'm gonna do this one because it's close to 420. And it's not what you think though. I actually found it weird that I had trouble writing this poem the way I wanted to, and I had to give in and let what ended up happening happen. I'm a little bothered, and you'll see why, because it made me think, like, what the fuck. So this is for the 90s Stash Box crew, the ones who remember when weed was about vibes and not science experiments, right? So it's called Not the Same High. For the OGs, of 420 used to be weed was just weed. Rolled in a swisher, shared on a porch, laughing till your ribs hurt and the world felt just a little heavy. No labels, no terpene charts, no lab-coated promises, just a nug, a lighter, and a good-ass time. See, you remembered Blue Dream, Northern Lights, and the real deal White Widow with a kick like truth. OG Kush so pure, you tasted the Cali sun. We didn't ask for THC levels, didn't debate sativa versus indica like we were pharmacists. We just passed the joint, played the tape, and let the high do what it do. But now it's different. The flower got surgery. Strains sound like sci-fi. Glorilla Glue number 47, Gelato Runts Cake, GMO Alien Breath number 2. What happened to names that felt like a hug? One hit and I'm in another galaxy, questioning, paranoid, slumped, eyes open, brain stuck. It don't make me laugh the same. It used to feel like sunlight. Now it feels like sedation. Used to float. Now I'm flattening. Yeah, I know the science got slick. I respect the grow game, but the indoor jungles, the hydro gods, and the keep hunters. But damn, somewhere between THC and clone of a clone of a clone, we lost the soul, the joy, the giggle fit highs, the backyard freestyles, the munchie missions at midnight like it was sacred. I don't know if it's better. I don't know if it's worse. I just know that it ain't the same. It feels like weed stopped being a best bud, turned into a legal prescription. Maybe I'm just old school. Maybe I miss the mystery. Maybe I miss feeling light. So this 420, I'll still roll up, but I'll be searching in that smoke for a little piece of the past, back when high meant lifted, not lost. I've been fucking around, y'all.
Y'all better come through.
For the 99 and the 2000.
Always.
I've been fucking around. I got some smoke. So let's, because Tone tried to kick our ass last week. He like, yeah, y'all know y'all went 30 minutes over. So we ain't gonna start nothing that we can't finish. We got 15 minutes. And what I would like to do is I want to, without going into a whole full blown like hour session, May is coming up because by the time we come back, we got like one show, right? Left in April, and then it's
Mhm.
May.
Mhm.
So okay, let me not jump ahead. Maybe I'll save that for next week. We are still smack in the middle of National Poetry Month, right? So on most social media sites, we have, poets trying to do dirty 30 and keep up. Whereas I didn't keep up. I literally wrote in a spurt that covers me for the days I missed. But what why do y'all think, not necessarily a personal answer, but why do y'all think how did it create this need to do these 30-30s? I get it, but I mean, don't you feel it like it's almost like an anxiety? Cause you'll see people post like, oh shit, like I forgot to post last couple days. Here go 8 poems to catch me up. Like, you know what I'm saying? I've done that. So no shade, because I've
No.
done that.
Same.
Yeah, I've done that. I'm like, yeah, here go the poems for the week. I can only post once a week, but you're getting 7 pieces at once.
I think when it was first introduced to me, it was just so exciting. Like I look back at old, like shout out to Facebook memories, right?
Oh, yeah.
Because at least 10 years ago, we're tagging folks. Like I'm looking at like there's people who don't write
Them
anymore,
Freestyle Fridays used to go down.
but there's like people who don't even write anymore.
yeah,
But I'm tagged to their old pieces
yeah,
that they share, like day this, whatever,
Yes.
you know what I'm saying? So like right now it is day 18, right? And so all these people, sharing their things. And it was exciting because everybody was just like in it. And I think over the course of years, what I've been trying to tell people is like, yeah, we have this, we get excited like, oh, National Poetry Month, dirty
Yeah.
30. And then we done by day 3 or day 4. Right.
Yeah.
And there's just some people who like, I still got y'all, like, Mikey, shout out to Mikey. I see Shelly, is doing it too.
yeah.
I've done it successfully twice, yeah, like all the way through like twice. And it does it does bring some sort of anxiety, right? Like for those who even want to get back into writing, sometimes people need prompts.
Yeah.
Like, ooh, where's the prompts? And you can find prompts anywhere.
That was my
Right.
thing.
So
The
all of a
prompts.
sudden some of us might be bouncing off the same prompts or like, no, just free write, whatever. And that could be very nerve-wracking too. Like, no, give me direction. And so
Yeah.
right. And sometimes I tell you, but sometimes it's almost just as exciting to just be the receiver. I think this is one of those things that you can give yourself a permission
That's
to
what
just
you
read. You know what I'm saying? Like, and just take it in. Here we go. Yep. The freaks come out at night.
I like to be the receiver.
and
Is-
do.
Is there an obligation for the dirty 30 to be public?
No,
not at all.
I see a lot of people that's like, yeah, I'm writing.
But it's
I
like,
ain't,
bro,
I ain't
it's like-
posting, but I'm
It's like
writing.
worldwide though. Like I think that's also exciting to know. Like
Mhm.
people all over the world.
Yeah,
Like it's not saying that you're obligated to do it, but literally people all over the world. Like how we were excited about it years ago.
Mhm.
Somebody's excited about that right now.
Yeah.
And that's cool. We may not even know them, but they're excited about like just keep writing.
yeah,
And I always encourage people to just go back to your old shit.
absolutely.
It's new to someone else. Go ahead and post that. I posted for day 1, and it was the same post I made a few years back. Now, usually I post that one about the poultry contest,
yeah,
with the chicken. I always just start off with that one. For some reason, I didn't. I was like,
I love it.
They want my thighs from them.
That shit is so funny.
Good night. No, just kidding. I love her. I
Yeah.
don't even know her.
So where do you think the anxiety comes from if it's not an obligation?
I feel like it's the keep up part of it. It's the
But why?
But I don't know, because you know what? Facebook fucking around. I haven't seen. I have to go to people's pages to literally see if they post it. Like if I see them post and I know they're participating, for me to keep up with them, I have to go to their page to see if they post it again, because Facebook has not been running them like they normally do.
Yeah.
And I normally tell people to tag me, but I just didn't have the social battery to be tagged in a lot of shit. But I've seen a decline over the years. It's not as fun, I don't think, as it used to be.
Yeah.
And that's because our community is so divided now. We have more of a close-knit community. I think when we were like at the height of the when I ain't gonna say like it's fizzled out or nothing, because it's definitely alive and thriving here, but there was a feverish pitch
Yeah.
at one point, and you couldn't write without somebody got to hear this shit. You know what I'm saying? Like it was a lot of iron sharpening going on.
Absolutely.
And we kept each other on our toes, and it was not in a I'm better than you kind of way. It was just like, oh shit, they writing, I'm writing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It was in the spirit of writing.
Yeah.
It was in
Yeah.
the spirit of poetry and all styles. It wasn't broken down by style yet. You know what I mean? It was all inclusive as far as like National Poetry Month in particular, writing on like Facebook.
Oh, yeah.
It was like, you know, everybody was on on the tag train, like, you know, tag me in your shit. So people were throwing out.
And people just wanted to join you too. I
Yeah.
think even outside of the Dirty 30, I think I've done like challenges, like, you know, saying like, and people
The
like,
prompts. Yeah.
I'll join you on this writing challenge, because some folks are looking for a start, right?
Yeah.
And sometimes it really just feels more comfortable. Like we're writing individually in our own homes,
Yeah.
but I know that we are writing together.
I blame Dasha.
I think it's also very, very
I
easy
think
to
that's-
stop. It's so easy to stop and kind of almost fall out of love with it to the point where you don't do it. And during this month, it's you encourage to pick it back up, even if
Yeah.
it's just for a day or two.
Yeah, absolutely. And because you're inspired, it's so much inspiration going.
Mhm.
Let me run that back because I didn't want to like cut you off and say it again, but I blame Dasha because she normally kicks off every National Poetry Month with a post where she be like cracks knuckles, you know, like
Yeah.
she lets you know that hey, nigga, get ready, it's coming in like 2 days.
Yeah.
And she had other things, big announcements going on with alignment. Did you go to Shelly's writer
I
session?
did not get there.
I wanted to go so bad, and I was like, damn, you know what I mean? Because being in like my sister keeper's circles, I know how she runs her writing sessions, like they're thought provoking. It would have been nice to be there and get my cup filled versus volunteerism or being a part of it and having to grasp it from a different perspective.
She has another thing coming up
Yeah, I seen a couple tags.
on the 26th.
We definitely pledging to pop out, right, guys?
I won't.
Well-
I'll be out of town.
We ain't gotta tell Britt to pop out. Brittany's gonna pop out.
This is true.
Brittany's gonna pop out.
So I can show niggas.
Yeah, she is the epitome of Poppington. Okay.
No, this is thanks. Thank you. I never really have to speak. I just let others just do the talking.
It must be nice.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm with you when you're right.
Hey,
I'm with you when
listen.
you're right.
But I was just telling somebody something about you today.
About me?
Yes,
Oh,
absolutely.
Uh-oh.
I was telling somebody today that, matter of fact, it was Tom before y'all got here. And I was just telling him, I said, you know, Hayes' social battery is that of a Nokia with the wood grain in it. You know what I'm saying? It's peak performance and it's definitely classic behavior, but it's, it's modified.
Yeah.
It's modified and it's heavily protected, password protected. Okay.
Yes.
But I was telling him how, much of a poetic household name that you should and will be if I got anything to fucking do with it.
Mhm.
Because I'm always surprised when I say, like your name so casually,
Mhm.
because I'm like, yeah, I know it. And people be like, oh, Hayes, like, they might reference something like where they last seen me at, like the one you was, you see, I seen you with it. And I'm like, no, the one that said this in the poem, what the fuck do you mean? Like what? So I am definitely going to walk into my poetry pusher shoes this year, and literally pushing to the limits of this poetry thing for others though, because I am surrounded by some incredible talent, and it's Milwaukee versus everybody for real. I just think that our poetry scene, and everybody probably think about that about their poetry scene, but we is fucking crazy. We be going crazy. Milwaukee go crazy on anything. Don't let us make it ours. It's ours. You can't have it back. Yeah, but Any closing thoughts you want to say to the people before we get up out of here?
Definitely make sure you, if you're able to get out to Niche Book Bar tomorrow.
Yes,
At 1:30, from 1:30 to 3. I can't remember the lady's name, because the following week, the last week is Destiny, but tomorrow is, I don't know if y'all have the flyer up. For some reason I don't seem to have it on me. But go out. It's a good hour and a half. Like, workshops are so great, y'all. If you need a reason to just get back into the swing of things, I think people just need more spaces where it feels like an invitation.
Yeah.
And I think that's also going along with how it used to feel for National Poetry Month. It felt like an invitation. It felt like everybody was so in it. It felt like a party you did not want to miss. Like, what's going on in this room? Wait. What y'all doing? Like, and everyone's sharing, and it's like, what? And it was just nothing. It's nothing but love.
Yeah.
It's nothing but love. It's like, it's one of those, like, you should be here, but it's like, minus the gimmick. like you really, you should be here. And I think people just need to have clusters. I'm grateful for my cluster, my village of folks, for, that I'm still connected to. And I think more people need to find, I always say that, find your tribe. That doesn't mean that you have to necessarily cling on to us, right? But you need to find your tribe that matches what you're trying to do, pave your way, all that good stuff, because folks are out there. And I think it's just a lot of wandering souls trying to wait to find each other. And so we need things like open mics so that people can convene and find each other, right?
Yeah.
That's what we had Pentastic, when she said, you're going to make it safe for the family to come back. And all of a sudden, family was coming and growing. Same thing with Lyrical, or see, Prince Daniel wrote, I'm Deaf Loving This Show. Shout out to him with his set. So, so there's so many things out there to get plugged in. But even when you go to these spaces, you are not obligated to be like, okay, well, then let me attach myself to this person. You need to use discernment and truly find your tribe who's going to sharpen you as the artist you're trying to become. If you just want to shoot the shit, there's a gang of folks, it's a gaggle of niggas who are good to just shoot the shit with.
Yeah.
If you want to develop more, then you rock around the people who are developing.
Yeah.
Right. Or I want to do that, and I know for a fact you do it really well. I know you do it a little bit better than me. I want to come learn under you.
Right.
I'm not going to be a Dia 2.0, but it's like you can know where people are getting their training from.
Where you pull up.
You can tell where people come from. Still Waters.
Yeah.
You can tell those. And shout out to Still Waters. I think it's the 20th or 25th anniversary this year.
Yeah.
Which is like amazing. And we're part of that.
So what do we got coming up? Because we got 1 minute left. Anything you want to say?
Pick up your pen, write something, write something. Keep writing.
That's right. I'm just looking at some of the things. Let's plug the people with some information. Shelly hit me up, and she says that there is a People's Poetry Campaign open mic. It's a final for the People's Poetry Campaign. It's free. Shout out to the free shit. It's at the East Side Library at 2 p.m. on 4/26. Shout out to our city poet laureate. That's from the desk of Shelly Conley. Then some other things going on real quick. See if I can pull them up. Did this pass? What's today, y'all? Yep.
Today's the 18th.
This passed already. Okay. I got a feature coming up Monday at Linman's.
New shit.
New shit alert. And then we also have, what else is coming up? Well, I'm also featuring on the 30th at the Chicago Hip Hop Museum. So I'm looking forward to that. That's new territories. I've never been to I didn't even know Chicago had a hip hop museum, but I'm all for it. Is there any other city? Not that there isn't anything going on. Y'all use your event calendar in Facebook. It's really a good tool to find things because you can filter it to the type of shows you're looking for. I'm sure there's a whole bunch of things going on. Poets, creators, curators. If you have an event,
let us know.
Yeah, let us know. We'll shout you out. This is the podcast for all things poetry. You have been locked in with the push We loved having y'all. I love talking to y'all. This has been another great Friday for me. I'm signing off. How about y'all?
Good weekend, everybody.
All right, y'all. Stay safe, stay warm. Peace.